Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have offered a rare glimpse into royal life in recent weeks, first with their tell-all Netflix documentary and then with the Duke of Sussex's barrage of media interviews and the publication of his highly anticipated memoir. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have spoken openly about their time as working royals, revealing their reasons for stepping down and calling out the royal family and the British press for their roles in the shock exit. As the fallout surrounding Harry's book, Spare, dies down, a royal commentator has suggested the Sussexes may choose to step back from their public roles, adding that another Netflix documentary could be on the cards after King Charles III's coronation. Russell Myers, co-host of Pod Save the King and royal editor at the Daily Mirror, discussed the revelations made in Spare during the latest episode of the podcast. He suggested that Harry and Meghan may use this time to reflect by fading into the background, away from the glare of the public eye. "I imagine if they've got any sense that's what will happen until after the King's coronation," he said. "Then we might see them pop up on another Netflix series. That's my bet." Mr. Myers has previously predicted that the Duke and Duchess will return for another TV show. Speaking with co-host Zoe Forsey during an episode of the podcast in December, he pondered what the Sussexes may think of their fiery series and what is next for the couple. Should Prince Harry attend King Charles' coronation? Prince Harry is expected to be invited to King Charles' coronation on May 6 despite making a series of allegations against the firm in his memoir Spare. Yet a royal source has claimed the Duke of Sussex will find a reason not to attend, as making an appearance would be very hard after recent claims. "So do you think Harry should attend the coronation?" he said. "I think there will be Harry and Meghan, the new chapter, and it will look at their charity work. That's what they will do. Netflix must have another deal with them because people will watch that. They'll just follow them around, going around the States and Commonwealth countries, doing some work in Africa, Asia, maybe go to Australia. There are definitely options for them." The royal commentator continued, "They're not locked in this cage of not being able to leave the US. They will be welcomed with open arms. I just think the dust needs to settle a little bit." His most recent comments come after the release of Live to Lead, a 7-part Netflix series with interviews from prominent leaders including New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Greta Thunberg, Gloria Steinem and social justice attorney Brian Stevenson. Harry and Meghan acted as executive producers on the docuseries, which was inspired by the legacy of Nelson Mandela. While they introduce each of the social justice activists, they do not feature heavily in the series. "We're incredibly proud they have chosen Netflix as their creative home and are excited about telling stories with them that can help build resilience and increase understanding for audiences everywhere," Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos said at the time of their deal. One upcoming project that is confirmed to be in development is a documentary series on the Invictus Games, an event Harry set up in 2014 that sees wounded, injured and sick military personnel, both serving and veterans, take part in sports to aid their rehabilitation. Heart of Invictus will feature on the streaming giant, but a release date remains unknown. Since the very first Invictus Games back in 2014, we knew that each competitor would contribute in their own exceptional way to a mosaic of resilience, determination, and resolve, Harry said. This series will give communities around the world a window into the moving and uplifting stories of these competitors on their path to the Netherlands next year. It is widely assumed that both Harry and Meghan will appear in the series, as the two attended the Games in the Netherlands in April last year. Katie Nicholl, author of The New Royals and Vanity Fair's royal correspondent, has suggested the tell-all Netflix series and Harry's memoir may be the peak for the Sussexes. Referring to Harry's recent media interviews, she said any time that a senior royal has sat down for an interview, ultimately it has always backfired. The irony in all of this is that when Harry and Meghan left Britain, it was about starting a new chapter, launching themselves as global philanthropists. Yet they seem intent on dwelling on the past, Ms. Nicholl told The Guardian last week. Omid Scobie, the co-author of Finding Freedom and friend of the Sussexes, has suggested that this is the end of it for the couple. During an appearance on Good Morning Britain last week, Mr. Scobie claimed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are moving forward with their lives. He told hosts Richard Madley and Susanna Reid, "I do also think that this is the end of it, there is nothing left to share in this story." The commentator, who is set to publish another book this year, added, "I think that Harry and Meghan will both want to show the world that they are in a good place and they are moving forward."